Have you ever heard of the Ace Attorney series? Yeah, I have. But have you ever heard of the Idols of Love Live? I haven't. But that's neither here or there because we're playing a fan game made by Krakelak, which gave me permission to play this game, to play Gyakuten Live. Also, this is a game that is currently in the making as the first trial has been done, but there are many more to be coming out soon. So, if you guys like what you see, let me know and I'll definitely try to get on them whenever I can. Where am I? Well, hello, Miss Intimidating Lady. I remember you. You're who? My mother? My sister? Who? Let me stop. Wake. Someone's calling. I don't know why. I was gonna say wake up, but you're already awake now. Recipe for double braided filled loaves. Seems like a very secret recipe, it looks like. And I don't need carbs today either. March 2nd, 4:47 p.m., the defendant lobby. Boy, am I nervous. This is our first case as school attorneys. If this doesn't go well, it could be our last. And I think I'm gonna have to do every single voice, which is a girl. Oh no. Hey, Yu-chan, over here. Oh? Hi! Good afternoon. Are you all ready for the trial? Of course I am. Really? That didn't sound confident. You didn't skip out on studying courtroom proceedings, did you? I mean, I'm a lawyer. Probably gonna have to refresh on everything, but I'm qualified. No, it's just... I have no clue this stunt is going to be popular. That's all. I sure hope Shizuku-chan knows what she's doing. Anyway, you came to watch me, Ayamu? I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. If not, I am terribly sorry. More than that, I'm here to support you. You know, I'll always be at your side. Are you sure? But aren't you the victim in this case? Well, yes, but... You believe in your client, don't you? You believe in her innocence. If you believe that your client is innocent, then I will too. Ayamu. Yeah, senpai! Not this storyline, oh no. Oh, wait, senpai just means older. God damn it, Yandere series, for making me think of the boy. That stupid poor boy. Anyway, speaking of your client, I think that's her over there. Oh. I don't know the voice to do for you. That panicked me and I don't know why. Senpai. Hey, Lore. Hey there, Kasumi-chan. Senpai believes in Kasumi's innocence, don't you? She would never do something like this. Okay, maybe she would, but it wasn't Kasumi this time. Don't worry, Kasumi-chan. Of course I believe you. I wouldn't have taken your case if I didn't. I do wonder though, what exactly happened if it wasn't Kasumi-chan? The crime did seem like something she would do. Kasumi thinks she was framed. Named, huh? Now, who would do such a thing? Guess it's something we'll have to find out. I'm changing it to thoughts. Just for my own sake, okay? There you are. Hello. That sounded like... All ready for the trial, senpai? Yeah, of course. Are you sure? You studied all the courtroom proceedings through and through? Absolutely. Why does everybody think I'm some slacker? So, Shizuku-chan, you think this will work out? As in, you think people will want to see this type of thing? Of course. People love mysteries. I'm sure this will be a hit. Even if it doesn't turn out popular, it couldn't hurt to try, right? You think? There are people out there who actually want to see an idol group do boring lawyer stuff? I can't imagine someone would seriously find fun in such a thing. Well, I just came by to visit. Good luck to you, and let's hope this trial makes for a good show. Thanks. There she goes. I just hope that she doesn't screw us over. I don't know who's on my side and who isn't anymore. Yu-chan, are you okay? You're shaking a little. I'm fine, it's just... seeing my opponent face to face makes me a little nervous. I don't usually go on stage like you guys. Oh, she is my opponent. Lord. And I made her sound so obnoxious too. I'm not used to performing, especially since luring is not something I've ever done before. Don't worry about it, Yu-chan. Really, you should feel proud of yourself for even choosing to attempt this, whether you win or not. Remember, you can do it. We're throwing out puns now, aren't we? Damn it, you beat me in my own game. I can't think of a pun for your name. Just because I just don't know how to pronounce it correctly. It's okay, senpai. You'll always be Casamine senpai, even if you fail horribly and make yourself look like a total idiot. Thanks for the cheering words. I'll try to keep that in mind when I'm trying to do a good job. That's one way to put it. But they're right. There's no shame in giving this an honest shot. The only thing to do now is just to go all in. What are we even trying to solve? March 2nd, 5 o'clock p.m. Courtroom. Oh, this is like a high school court case. This is like debate club all over again. Court will now begin for the trial of Nakasu Kasumi. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is, ready, Your Honor. Are you sure about that, defense? Yeah, I know. I don't sound ready. I've heard it before. Look, I'm just a little nervous, that's all. Don't forget to breathe. Your Honor, if I may, I propose we let the defense start this trial off. Why? Why? We're supposed to present, like, the details of the case, and I think the prosecution should do that. Not the defense, but I guess anything can go on around here in high school. Good idea. Perhaps it'll help quell the defense's nerves. Or it could be a total disaster. Very well then. Defense, tell us who the victim in this case is. Okay, you. This is it. Come on, you know this one. The victim in this case is Nakasu Kasumi, Uehara Ayamu, Osaka Shizuku. I'm not that dumb, okay? Kasumi. The victim is Nakasu Kasumi. Wow, I just got right into it. No, buddy, no. Let's try that again. The victim is Nakasu Kasumi. Sorry, but that's incorrect. Damn it. What? I thought I was listening, but I wasn't. Huh? That's wrong? Yu-chan, Kasumi's the defendant. That means she's the one on trial.
also means you're representing and defending her in court. Shouldn't you know this?
I mean, I just got jumped right in here, miss. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't even know my first name.
Right, I knew that. I'll ask again. Defense, tell us who the victim in this case is.
Hey you, this is it. Come on, you know this one. The victim in this case is... it's Shizuku.
Osaka Shizuku.
God! I am terrible. I am the... Oh my lord. And this is why I struggled. I struggle in Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright games. Oh lord.
You asked for me? No, I meant that was my answer.
The victim is you. Well, we'll make her the victim in this trial, but not the exact answer we're looking for, are we?
Oh, is that the threat?
Defense, get a hold of yourself. Why would the victim also be the prosecutor?
I guess that was a little silly of me. I'll ask again. Defense, tell us who the victim in this case is.
Alright, we'll get it right this time. Third time's a charm.
That would be Uehara Ayumu, Your Honor. Very good. I'm glad you knew at least that much.
After like 3 tries. I mean, I did say as much myself not 15 minutes ago.
Next question. What is the crime that Kasumi is on trial for?
Huh? The crime?
Hey-chan, you didn't forget, did you? Of course not. I'm just having a moment of non-rememberness. Everything you need will be in the court record. If you forget anything, press tab to check your evidence.
Okay then, let's give this a shot. The crime that Kasumi is on trial for today is humiliation with bread in the shoes, murder with bread choking, sabotage with lace bread. Alright, let's open up that tab, and what was the crime? Oh, what the fudge is this? Date and time of the crime, March 1st, approximately 3:30 p.m. Victim, Uehara Ayumu. Suspect, Nakasu Kasumi. Suspect is believed to have laced a loaf of bread with wakarashi mustard and planted it as a booby-trapped gift. Okay, so it's not murder. I thought we're not diving that far into the freaking world, are we? Sabotage with lace bread.
According to the crime report, the victim consumed a loaf of bread laced with extremely spicy mustard. That's correct. Well done.
This isn't so hard.
Last question. Who is the detective on this case?
What's with that question? That's too hard.
Oh, need my help again? Okay, look. If you press R in the court record, you can also check the profiles of everyone involved in the case.
Alright then. The detective on this case is... Well, let's open that sucker up. R. Who is the detective, one of you? No. No. Definitely not. Definitely not. Hanaway. Sorry. Or... Stop pronouncing, stop trying. Just Kanata. There we go. Kanata. Just shut up. Kanata is the option.
It says here that Kanata-san's the detective. So it would appear. Looks you're ready to go.
Man, I've got this.
Well, since the defense is undeniably ready, I suppose it's time for the prosecution to present its opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. What we know, the incident occurred at approximately 3:30 p.m. on March 1st, which was yesterday. For those of you who aren't aware, March 1st happens to be the victim's birthday. At the time of the incident, the victim found this basket of bread left in front of her locker as a birthday gift.
Basket of bread added to the court record.
Oh, Double braided bread filled with cream, was it? Looks tasty.
Looks like a piece of evidence just got added to the court record. I'd better remember to check it out.
Naturally, the victim then unwrapped one of the loaves and bit into it. Unfortunately for her, the loaf that she chose happened to be the only one that had been laced with an excessive amount of spicy mustard.
Half-eaten loaf added to the court record.
Needless to say, the victim immediately went into a panic and started perspiring, ruining her makeup as well as the rest of her day.
She's taking this really seriously.
From the amount of mustard found in the loaf, we can conclude that the act of sabotage was most likely deliberate.
The court agrees. This doesn't look good. The judge is already agreeing with Shizuku-chan.
Although, the question remains, why would anyone make an enemy out of the victim? Wait not, Your Honor, please take a look at this.
It appears to be some sort of journal.
Correct. This is the defendant's diary, retrieved from her locker.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
There is an entry in this diary of utmost interest to this case. According to the date of the entry, it was written at 12:05 p.m. on March 1st. Shortly before the crime. The entry reads, I just saw Ayumu-senpai for the first time today. She looks too cute. Cuter than Kasumin. As expected, she sounds envious.
She wrote that? Kasumi's diary added to the court record. Okay, that definitely does look like to be a possible motive, but luckily this is such an early time of the case, so we should be okay for right now.
Oh, she noticed. I put extra effort into my makeup that day.
Who cares about makeup right now? We're in I was gonna say federal crime, but it's really just solving whoever spiced up the bread too much. It's a serious issue. No talk about makeup, please. Maybe later. Damn it. Why would she write that? She's really hanging herself here.
I think it's clear to everyone in this court, Kasumi, being a known prankster, did what Kasumi does best. The prosecution presents the following narrative. What occurred yesterday was a simple act of sabotage out of envy. A prank gone too far, if you will.
Murmur. Yeah, we can prove this.
Order! Well, this case seems pretty open and shut. You have three things: an opportunity for the crime to be committed, a motive for the crime, and evidence. I wouldn't be too opposed of handing down the verdict right now.
Well, miss, this is not how a court of law is supposed to operate, so if you can please give me a chance, that would be much appreciated. That's it? I didn't even get to do anything yet. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a guilty verdict. But wouldn't you say that would be too easy?
God damn it, you're a cocky son of a gun. Reminding me of Miles and freaking. Miles is okay. Freaking reminding me of Von Karma. Ah.
When did she get so arrogant? Looks like she fully embraced the role of a prosecutor, as expected for Shizuku-chan. There are non-arrogant prosecutors, you know. In the interest of making things more, well, interesting, the prosecution would like to present its first witness. Very well.
Well, you're gonna screw yourself, lady. I'm gonna prove you wrong in some way or the other.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Inoue Hinata. Hinata-chan is Haruka-chan's big sister. Oh, Hinata-chan is also a member of the Nishigasaki School Idol Club and a member of the health committee.
I'm so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Again, this is just gonna be an episode where I just pronounce everything incorrectly. And I already have a hard time talking as it is.
And detective of this case too, it looks like. Thank you. You did a good job with the investigation yesterday, especially given that you were called on short notice. I would like you to testify about exactly how you found the evidence and how you came to the conclusion that Kasumi was the perpetrator. Okay. Hinata's going to testify. Alright, Yu-chan. Make sure you listen closely. This is going to be important.
Alright, I had to pay attention this time because, oof, I am terrible at paying attention. Either I try hard or I don't. And when I don't, I fail. What was found?
Hinata-chan began investigating the scene of the crime at 4:15 p.m. The basket of bread was right there, on the ground in front of the locker. Kasumi-chan's diary was later found in her locker, so we had her motive. The basket of bread had Kasumi-chan's name written on it, so we concluded that it could only have been her.
That's it. That's not a lot to really give me. And if I know my AA series, I'm gonna have to press on everything.
I see. It all lines up with what was previously established. As expected. Thank you for the testimony, witness. Now, defense, cross-examine if you dare. Cross-examine? This is it, Yu-chan. The cross-examination is the defense's chance to attack. Defense? Attack? Right. How does that go again? Well, think of it this way. The Kanata-san's testimony stands, we're done for. Everything she said has incriminated Kasumi-chan. That means your goal is to point out contradictions in Kanata-san's testimony. Contradictions? People are flawed. Testimonies might not always be accurate, whether on purpose or by mistake. If Kasumi-chan truly is innocent, then the evidence should contradict the witness's testimony somehow. When you find a statement that contradicts a piece of evidence you have, open the court record and present that evidence. Okay, I think I get it. You're really good at this, Ayumu. You should totally be a prosecutor or something someday. No thanks, I don't have the heart.
Oh, you're too good. You don't like putting people in trouble. Oh. Well, this is it then. My first cross-examination as a school attorney. Rock and roll. Cross-examination. What was found? Alright. What was the lie?
Kanata-chan began investigating the scene of the crime at 4:15 p.m.
The basket of bread was right there, on the ground in front of the locker. Kasumi-chan's diary was later found in her locker, so we had her motive. The basket of bread had Kasumi-chan's name written on it, so we concluded that it could only have been her.
I don't see any contradictions. Is that so? I see one already, Yu-chan. Seriously? Remember, when you see a contradiction, press tab to open the court record. Then, press E to present a piece of evidence on the offending statement. That's the way to go.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. So one of those things is an obvious lie. And there it is. The basket of bread had Kasumi-chan's name written on it. So we concluded that it could only have been her. That is false. If you look at the freaking bread basket itself, it's not from anyone, but rather an anonymous admirer, which is, I guess, sweet, but not under the scenario considering that their day was ruined, I guess. This was a really weird scenario, but here you go, you bastard.
Witness, can you explain something to me? Where exactly do you see the defendant's name on this basket? You don't see it. It's right there on the label.
Um,
Huh? It's not here.
that's right.
The basket is from an anonymous person. Uh, anonymous?
Yes, anonymous means you don't know who it is. Keep up.
The defense is right. There's not a name to be found on this basket. Way to go, Yu-chan. Good eye. That's weird. Kanata-chan wonders how she missed that. Maybe you were reading it with your eyes closed. That's mean. Sorry that came out wrong. So the meaning of this is... It means that the basket can be from any one of the 1,000 of the students at the school. The prosecution's evidence is completely circumstantial. Wow, looks like you did study hard after all. Give me some credit here. Not bad, defense. You might be sharper than we thought. But that was an easy one, wasn't it? Low-hanging fruit. It was a cheap and small victory.
Well, considering how bad I am, I'm gonna take anything. Go on. Tell me 100 more ways to say those.
Unfortunately for you, cheap things don't hold up well. Clearly, the witness was just speaking figuratively. The defendant's name might as well have been on the basket is what she meant. I suppose that makes sense.
Why? I'm the slow one here. Why does that make sense? Give me a break. She absolutely did not mean it like that.
In any case, a discrepancy as small as this can easily be covered. Wouldn't you say so, witness? The prosecution will just leave it to you. Please, testify again. And please, no metaphors this time. Okay, Kanata-chan will give you all a better reason. I guess that didn't really do much for our case. Don't give up yet, Yu-chan. With every contradiction you point out, you get one step closer to the truth. You're making great progress. Just hang in there.
Closer to the truth, huh? Then I'll just have to chip away at the prosecution's case little by little until it collapses. Come on, Kanata. Screw up more. How we narrowed it down.
The locker we found the basket, that wasn't the one in the hallway. It was the one in the club room. Only members of the school idol club have access to the club room. Also, only the club members would know which locker belonged to whom. Combine that with the motive, and the only one who could have done this is Kasumi-chan.
It appears that the defendant is the only possible culprit after all.
Indeed. There are fewer than a dozen students who have access to the club room due to the fingerprint sensor on the doorknob.
Since when did high schools have fingerprint sensors? That's not in the budget.
Out of those few, only the defendant could have had both the opportunity and motive to commit this crime. Wouldn't you say so, defense?
This isn't looking so well for us.
Hey, did you see any contradictions in that? Well, to be honest, no. So, are you screwed? There's still a chance, Yu-chan. We're not out of the game just yet. Maybe you can still turn this around if you press Kanata-san. Press her? What, like on her stomach? You think we can squeeze the truth out of her that way? No, I mean ask her questions about her testimony. Pressure her. It's entirely possible for her to say something we didn't know before. That could be our ticket out of this pinch. Defense, would you still like to cross-examine the witness?
I guess so. I don't have a choice.
Of course.
Alright, I better give this a shot. Otherwise, our chances of winning will be even more shot. Cross-examination time. How we narrowed it down. Okay. Time. This is what we call the pressing everything strategy. Cue for the first one, please.
Exactly what difference does that make? You're the leader of the club, but you don't know? Objection sustained. Hold your horses now. Hinata-chan was just getting to that part.
I guess I've got to get more used to this pressing thing. No penalty though, that's good. Well, I'm still gonna press on everything as much as I can. Combine that with the motive, and the only one who could have done this is Kasumi-chan. Press on that as well.
Wait a minute. Don't you think that's kind of a leap in logic? Everything about that line of reasoning is based on assumptions. There's no definitive proof that my client is the one responsible for the crime.
Oh god, what do you have now?
Access records. Access records? Yes, access records. Fingerprint sensor on the club room door does more than just control who enters. It also keeps track.
What? Oh, I see.
I would like to draw your attention to this area here.
Okay, before we continue, I have to look at anything that looks very suspicious. And there is clearly two. One person in there has entered way early. And it looks like they never exited. Not from 10 to 4 p.m., which is odd. So Emma is a very suspicious person to me right now.
The victim had entered the club room on 2 separate occasions, once at 12:05 p.m. and once at 3:30 p.m. Meaning that the incident had occurred at 3:30 p.m.
Huh. I'm a little unsure if the door counts for someone who's exiting and entering, which is something that I would like to know.
How fortunate it is that the victim has to be here in this courtroom right now. Tell us, did you see the basket at your locker the first time you entered the club room? Ayumu, did you? Well, no.
Huh. So, was it taken already during when she entered? We'll figure that out. Order! Order!
Let it be known that the defense approved of that testimony.
So, in other words,
the only time that the basket could have been left at the scene of the crime was between the first time the victim entered and the second time the victim entered. As you can see, the only person who entered the room between those 2 times was Kasumi-chan.
Okay. Well, it wasn't established that it could have done way before.
That seems to be the case. Witness, please add this to your testimony. Sure thing. Sorry, Yu-chan. I think I just blew our chances. No, don't worry. It's not your fault.
Access records added to the court record. They got us good. Is this it? Is it over for us? I'm gonna press this one.
Nata-san, you yourself are on this access record twice. Yeah, the 4:15 ones when Kanata-chan arrived to investigate the scene. There also would have been a 4:50 one, but then we shut off the system at 4:30 to prevent making the list longer than necessary for evidence sake. What about the 11:50 one? The 11:50 one? Kanata-chan went in there to take a nap. Emma-chan was long gone by the time Kanata-chan got there, and just as previously said, the basket wasn't there at the time. The prosecution has built a strong case. It really doesn't look like anyone else could have been behind the crime besides the defendant.
Is there really nobody else who could have done it? Is there someone else? There could have. There could have.
Actually, there is someone. Oh, who might that be? I'll show you. Here is another person who could have also committed a crime.
Okay, I did not expect myself to get into that mess here. I assumed that it could be someone else, but let's think about this because I wasted 60 points for nothing. It could actually be Kanata because it could be Kanata because when she entered, it was 11:50 a.m. And she said that she had taken a nap the first time she came in, but that would be around 15 minutes before Ayumu got in. So how did she not see Ayumu? I'm gonna go that I think it is the person I see right now. Why not? Let it fly.
So, witness, you said Emma-san was gone by the time you arrived, so she had nothing to do with the crime, correct?
I think I might have gotten it.
That's correct. I see. What about you? Huh? Kanata-chan?
I am so smart yet so dumb at the same time. Hurrah!
Fingerprint sensor tracks people who enter, but says nothing about who leaves. I assume it only works from the outside so people don't get locked inside if it fails. How do we know that you didn't put the basket there after Ayumu left the first time? Heck. Wait, this is wrong, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, witness, we must consider all possibilities. Suppose you brought the basket in when you first entered, and hid it somewhere in the club room until the defendant came and left. Wouldn't it be possible for you to place the basket then? It'd be easy to frame my client for the crime. No, I'm not the chance the detective.
That's not enough for an excuse, ma'am. It ain't. No matter how freaking cute you look, it does not work here.
You were still in the room after the victim left the first time? Then anything could have happened. As previously established, the victim happens to be in the courtroom. How fortunate. Well, care to ask her again? Were you still in the room when Ayumu left? Well... The defense has a fair point. We cannot rule out this possibility.
I did it. I've got her. And in comes the objection.
Great going, Yu-chan. For a second there, I was worried that our goose was cooked. Although, if Kanato-san is the culprit, I wonder why she would ever want to do such a thing.
Only one way to find out.
Prosecution, is there anything you would like to say in response? No. No! Correct. Nothing needs to be said. Defense's argument is, how should I put it? Baseless accusation. She saw this coming? The prosecution's trust is in the witness. Just tell him what happened and you'll be fine. Okay. Figures. Shizuko-chan would be so clumsy as to incriminate her own witness with that access record evidence.
Looks like it's not over yet. I've got to keep the pressure on. Okay. Witness testimony. What Kanata-chan was doing. You're saying you took a nap, from what I know right now. Let's see if you keep up with that statement.
The access records don't lie. The only one who could have left the basket was Kasumi-chan. To be honest, Kanata-chan was asleep until 2:10 p.m. But it wasn't Kanata-chan, because there's nowhere to hide the basket. It wouldn't even fit in a locker. At 2:10 p.m. when Kanata-chan woke up, she left the room immediately. Kanata-chan was asleep the whole time. She didn't do anything between 11:50 a.m. and 2:10 p.m.
11:50 p.m. to something p.m.
Everything seems to be in line with what we know, both about the evidence and about the individuals involved. As expected. Just to check, was Kanata-san really asleep in the room when you entered Ayomu? Well, yes, actually. She's telling the truth about that, at least.
So, we'll have to take her word for that then.
Defense, your cross-examination, if you would.
Okay. Cross-examination time. But it wasn't Kanana-chan because there was nowhere to hide the basket. It wouldn't even fit in a locker. I'm gonna press on this one.
Nowhere to hide the basket? The club room is relatively open. There isn't anywhere to easily conceal a basket as big as the one involved. Leaving it out in the open is also out of the question, as the witness would have no reason to leave such a gift unattended when she naps.
But the basket wouldn't fit in the locker.
Did you test that? One of the first things Kanata-chan tried upon arriving at the scene was to see if the basket could fit in the locker. Turns out it can't. It's a little too wide unless the loaves of bread are taken out. Then it could be squished a little.
But suppose you had the loaves of bread in your locker and the basket somewhere else.
When Nana-chan had a custodian open everyone's lockers. We were all too full to put the loaves in them, including Kasumi-chan's. That's when we found Kasumi-chan's diary in the locker.
What did you just say? Kasumi-chan's diary came from the clubroom locker. Okay. Kasumi's diary updated in the court record. This whole time, I thought Kasumi-chan's diary came from the hallway lockers. This could be important. Okay, let's say that the access records do lie. Because they saw each other at 12:05 p.m., but that doesn't match up with this. 12:05 p.m. was when she entered, and Kasumi entered at 2. So it has to be this? Did I do that correctly? Oh, thank God. I am almost terrible.
Witness, I need you to take a look at this evidence. Kasumi-chan's diary? Correct. Thank you for telling me that you found it in the clubroom locker, because this opens up a critical contradiction. It does? That's right. Contradicts another piece of evidence. Really? In that case, show me the evidence that contradicts Kasumi's diary.
The freaking access records. Because it says that she entered at, whatchamacallit, 12:05. Ayumu entered at 12:05. But, if you look at this, Kasumi saw Ayumu at 12:05. So that doesn't line up correctly. So it has to be this. That's not how you present evidence yet. Bingo.
I'd like you all to take a look at the access records. The access records? According to the access records, the only time the defendant entered the clubroom was at 2:00 p.m. How then is there an entry on this case from 12:05 p.m. on that day?
There we go, we're getting somewhere. Okay, she's panicked.
Ridiculous. The defendant simply wrote her entry at 12:05 outside the clubroom and brought it in at 2:00 p.m. and placed it in the locker.
Oh, we're having some back and forth action now, are we?
And I don't see you have any proof of that, do you, prosecution? It's simple, really. I don't get how you're not seeing this. If the defendant were in the room at 12:05 p.m., she would have been in the room with the victim. Well, Ayumu-san, Kasumi-san wasn't in the club room with you at 12:05, was she? Actually, she was. Huh?
That face of like, oh damn, I might have screwed up.
What? Let it be known that the prosecution approved that testimony. No way. Maybe I overdid the whole cocky prosecutor thing. Oh, yeah, freaking look through your book for a chapter of that one, miss. Unbelievable. So the whole reality of the situation is... the access records are not definitive proof. Looks like Hayamu and the defendant entered the club room simultaneously at 12:05 p.m. This opens up the possibility that anyone from the club could have entered the room at any point, assuming they enter when someone else leaves. As a result, the defendant attests that there is not enough evidence to convict the defendant. The court has determined that there is not enough information for a proper ruling yet. There are too many questions left unanswered to cast suspicion on either the defendant or the witness. Phew, Hinata-chan is off the hook. What do you mean by that? Did you just reveal yourself to be the culprit? And apparently no one's gonna question this? In light of these revelations, court will be adjourned for the day. Both the defense and the prosecution are to search for more evidence for their respective cases. Well done, Yu-chan, you did it. You managed to hold out for the day. For F's sakes, what do you have now? Let's not get hasty. When I said the prosecution was ready, I meant that the prosecution was ready. The prosecution would like to present its second witness. Second witness? Your Honor, the witness can be prepared in 15 minutes. Very well. Court will take a 15-minute recess so the witness can be prepared. That is all. Court adjourned. March 2nd, 6:21 p.m. Defendant lobby. Phew. That was tough, but it looks like I managed to pull through to some extent. Well done, Yu-chan. Looks like you really have a shot at winning this. You think so, Ayamu? Shizuku-chan's got another witness coming up, and it could go either way. She waited until now to call in the next witness, so they might be more detrimental to her case than Kanata-san was. But you never know what to expect in this type of situation. Maybe when the next witness saw will completely break our case. We won't know until we try taking it head on, I guess. Senpai, you were so cool in there. For that, the senpai gets the biggest, cutest Kasumi wink. Here comes, catch! Hold on now, Kasumi-chan, this isn't over yet. Shizuku-chan's calling another witness we have to tackle. Why is she trying so hard to get Kasumi in trouble? Senpai, do you think Shizuku hates Kasumi now? No, absolutely not. It's a prosecutor's duty to attack the defense's case. She's not doing this out of any malice. Say, who do you think is the next witness, Yu-chan? If it's someone like Emma-san, we might be in trouble. Who knows? We're just going to have to go in with high spirits and hope for the best. Don't worry, Kasumi-chan. I'll pull the truth out of this situation by the end of the day. And with that, we will try our best to be continued because of frickin' course. But I think this is a good place to hold off for now because I did not expect this episode to be so long, but I think we established what the game is. And I'll definitely make sure that the case is solved. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jibba jabba. My kings, my queens, and my royals, and I will see you soon. I never tried so hard to figure out who did something to someone's bread and caused pain to someone's day, ruining makeup and all that. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's not like I'm paid for this. Wait, what? I'm not paid for this. God, I need a new job.
You're fine, so fine. But the question is, what will it take to make you mine? Where have you been for all this time? I question myself, how come this beautiful thing here ain't mine?